morning, students. Today we are going to discuss something about the probability. The probability part of the statistics, it is very important considering the outcome of the cross between monohybrid cross and a dihybrid cross. So it helps us a lot to predict the possible genotype and phenotype in both monohybrid and dihybrid, and also we can apply in the trihybrid and more than that. This probability help us to find out the possible outcome of a random event. The random event also taken place in the cross monohybrid and both monohybrid and dihybrid, that is crossing between the two parents that is giving the F1 generation, and this F1 generation then giving the F2 generation, and in this F2 generation different possibilities of the genotype and the phenotype is there. To predict the different possibilities, probabilities, we can apply the rule of the probability. So the probability basic idea is very essential for the NEET examination. Okay, so in this probability, suppose a random event in which an outcome is a definite or it is certain. If an event is a certain, then the probability is 1. So that it definitely happen. The event definitely happen, we consider, then the probability is 1. And similarly, if the outcome is never happen, we know that the outcome never happen, then the probability is 0. So all other probabilities are coming in between the 0 and 1. So the probability of definite certain, it has the probability, even it is certain, it has the probability 1. And even it never happen, the probability is 0, and all other probabilities in between 0 and 1. So let us take an example, then you can understand. For example, if a coin is flipping, the coin have two sides, that is the head side, head and tail. So when we flipping the coin, the head may come out upper, or a tail may come upper, but they never both come upper. Okay, outcome is either head or tail. So what is the probability of the tail come upper side and the head coming upper side? You know that there are two possibilities. Out of the two possibility, the head come outside only 0.5 possibility. That means 1.5 possibility or half possibility. The head is 1.5 possibility. So like that, half possibility for the tail. Okay, this is a good example for this probability. So this probability can apply in the genetical problem also. For example, in F1 generation, this is the F1 generation, the genotype is a capital P and a small p individual. And this individual producing the gamete, capital P and a small p gamete. One gamete is a capital P, another one is a small p. So what is the probability of appearing the capital P in one gamete? That is 1 upon 2.5. Similarly, what is the probability of a small p appearing in the gamete? That also 1 upon 2. That means 0.5. So the probability theory can apply in the genetical problems. So this is one of the good example. Okay. Then see the genetic probability rule. Some of the probability rule we are applying in the genetical problems to solve the genetical problems. So what are the probability rules? There are two probability rules. One of the probability rule is the probability rule of the addition, and another rule is the probability rule of the multiplication, or it is known as the product rule. So before considering these two rules, let us take two important words that are always coming in the probability section. We must familiarize these two words. So what are these two words? One of the word is mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive. So what is the mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive. Another term is independent. Independent events. So this is the mutually exclusive event, and another is the independent event. These two terms is always coming in the probability section. So what is actually the mutually exclusive events and what is the independent events? So let us take again the same example, the flipping of the coin. Suppose when the coin is flipping, either the head or the tail is coming up, because these two events are exclusive. These two events are exclusive, and so it is called a mutually exclusive event because the same coin we are flipping. So it may be head, in the next flipping it may be tail. So when the coin is flipping, either tail or head is appearing because these two events are the mutually exclusive event. This is a good example for the mutually exclusive event. Then what is the independent events? Suppose we take two coins and we are flipping both coins at a time. Then you say that on one coin the head appearing at the upper side, and in another coin the tail appearing on the upper side, because or it may be both the tail appearing on the upper side or both the head appearing on the upper side. So one may be the head and another may be the tail. Because both the events are the independent events, there is no relation between these two. So it is called independent events. So like that, two terms, mutually exclusive and independent events. Mutually exclusive means one event is independent of the another event, or both the head and tail not coming upside, either head or tail coming, that is exclusive events. And when two coins, two things is essential. Two coins flipping, one may be head, another may be tail. So it is called independent events. That is a monohybrid cross and a dihybrid cross is related to these two. Exclusive events and the independent events. Exclusive event is related with the monohybrid and independent event is related with the dihybrid cross. We can apply that, not exactly like that, we can apply like that. Okay, so these two terms, it is now clear. So now we are going to talk about the two important rules of the probability. One of the rule is the rule of the addition. So what is actually the rule of the addition? See, the definition is very simple. The definition say that, or the rule of the addition state that for two mutually exclusive events, the probability of either event occurring is the sum of the individual probabilities. Okay. Then we take a simple example. For example, a die. This is the die. The die has 6 sides. Each side is marked 1 to 6. One of the side is 1, another one 2, third, 4, 5th, and 6th. So 6 side is there. Suppose we are rolling the die. The die is rolling. When the die is rolling, out of the 6 number, only one number appearing on the upper side. Not all the number appearing on the upper side. So what is the probability of the one number appearing on the upper side? Out of the 6. That means 1 upon 6. So when a die is rolling, any number coming upper side is 1 upon 6. Okay. Suppose we are rolling 2 times. First we go to one upper side, and the next time which one will come upper side, that we have to predict. So here applying the rule of the addition, the rule of the addition or the rule of the addition of the probability, we can apply here. So how it can apply? Suppose once the die is rolling, the number 1 is appearing at the upper side. The next time it may be any other number. It may be 5 or 6, or it may be 4, 3, 2, except 1. So then how we can apply this addition rule? We can add that the first time 1 upon 6, the first number is appeared, and the next time the number is appeared. This is the first one number. This is the second number 2 is appeared upper side. So we can add these two, 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon 6, that is equal to 2 upon 6, again equal to 1 upon 3. So the probability is 1 upon 3. So any two numbers appearing on the upper side, when 2 times the die is rolling, then the probability is 1 upon 3. So this is called the addition, rule of the addition of the probability, probability rule of addition. And this can be applied in the genetical problem also. So how it can apply in the genetical problems? See here, a cross. A purple flowered plant, F1 plant is a purple flower. Purple flower can be capital P, small p. So we can cross this one, and the probability getting in the F2 generation is the capital P, capital P, capital P, small p, capital P, and small p, small p. This is the probability. These are the outcome in the F2 generation. Then what is the probability of the heterozygous individual? This is the heterozygous, capital P, small p, or small p and capital P, that is a heterozygous individual. So what is the probability of this? This one, the probability out of the 4, 1, that is the 1 4. And this also out of the 4, 1 4. So what is the probability of these two appearing in the F2 generation, that is the 1 upon 4 plus the 1 upon 4, that is equal to 2 upon 4. 2 upon 4 means again 1 upon 2. 2 upon 4 means 1 upon 2. So the possibility of appearing PP and PP, capital P, small p, capital P is only 1 upon 2. 0.5, that is a half, that is the probability. So the rule directly can apply into the genetical problems. Okay, so then we consider the rule, next rule, that is the rule of multiplication or the product rule. What is the, actually the rule say, the rule state that the probability of the two independent event, remember independent event, 2 times the point is flipping, that is a two independent event. Independent events both occurring is the product of the individual probabilities, both appearing in the head or both appearing in the tail is the product of the individual probability. Product, that is the multiplication. Product means multiplication of the individual probability. So this can also be applied in the genetical problems. For example, the same cross, that is a capital P, small p, crossed with the capital P, small p, and if we got here 4 individuals, so that is a capital P, small p, capital P, small p, and a small p, capital P, and a small p, small p. Suppose we take this one. This is the homozygous recessive individual. In the homozygous recessive individual, there are 2 small p. So this small p gene is actually one received from the mother and one received from the father, or one received from the male parent and another one received from the female parent. So it is producing 2 gamete. These are the gamete. This is the gamete number 1. This is the gamete number 2. So this gene, it may be coming from the father or it may be coming from the mother. So that is a small p. And similarly, if this came from the father, this also may be the gamete second also receive the small p either from the father or from the mother. So like this. So here we take the probability. The probability of this one is 1 upon 2, and the probability of this one is 1 upon 2. So what is the probability of the both appearing, both together? The rules say that both occurring is the product of the individual probability. So what is the product of the individual probability? 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. That is equal to, again that is equal to 1 upon 4. So 1 upon 4. That is the this is the 2 upon 4. This become multiplication. 2 upon 4. That is again become 1 upon 2. So the probability is only 1 upon 2. So the product rule is directly applied on the genetical problems. And you see, this rule is the base for the Punnett square. In the Punnett square, suppose this is the monohybrid Punnett square. In the Punnett square, the rule is the base of the Punnett square is actually this product rule. So here capital P, small p, capital P, small p. Here capital P, capital P, capital P, small p, capital P, and small p, small p. So here the same thing explained here. The each and every cell in the Punnett square is the product of the 2 gamete. So here the capital P, this out of the 2 p, 1 p came from the male parent and 1 came from the female parent. Like that here also, 1 from the male and 1 from the female, and all the cell in the square is the product of the gamete received from the mother and father or male and female parent. So this rule of the multiplication or the product rule is the base of the Punnett square. Okay, not a rule of the addition. And finally, the rule of addition also applied to find out the total of the, if you consider the total Punnett square, the total outcome, we can consider the summation. For example, here the ratio is 3:1. Here we apply the addition, rule of the addition. So in the Punnett square, both rules are applied. At the beginning, each and every cell is considered. The rule of the multiplication is applied. And when considering the entire Punnett square, another outcome, and the rule of addition is applied. So that is the rule of the multiplication and the rule of the addition. Then see, in the genetics, in the Mendelian genetics or the genetical problems, the monohybrid, dihybrid cross ratio and monohybrid cross ratio. Dihybrid cross ratio is actually based on the monohybrid cross ratio. So how can we prove that dihybrid cross ratio is based on the monohybrid cross ratio? How can we prove that? We can prove that with the help of an example. See here, in the monohybrid crosser, first take the monohybrid crosser. In the monohybrid crosser, the F1 plant is a pink flower producing plant, capital P, small p, that crossed with a capital P, small p, pink flower plant, self-crossing. Then here the possibilities are capital P, capital P, capital P, small p, capital P, and a small p, small p. This is the possibility, probabilities. And out of these four individuals, the three individuals, here, these three individuals phenotypically dominant. These are phenotypically dominant, and this is the phenotypically recessive. The percentage of this phenotypically dominant out of the 4, that is 3 upon 4. And the possibility, probability of the small p is only 1 upon 4 out of the 4. So this is the monohybrid cross. And this monohybrid cross ratio directly we can apply on the dihybrid cross ratio. Let us take a dihybrid cross. The dihybrid cross, that is a round seed and a yellow color. The seed is round and yellow in color. Crossed with a wrinkled seed and a green colored seed producing plant. So this cross giving a particular combination in the F2 generation. And out of this you will get a small y also. This is the wrinkled seed with a green color. So what is the percentage of this probability of this wrinkled seed with the yellow color? The probability is, we take what is the probability of a single monohybrid cross? We take only smaller. Then this probability is 1 upon 6, 1 upon 4. This probability is 1 upon 4. And what is the probability? This one. This probability is 1 upon 4. So applying the product rule, that is 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 4, that is equal to 1 upon 16. So the probability of the F2 generation, this both the homozygous, you know that both the homozygous appearing only 1 upon 16. This is because the red color and the shape, wrinkled shape, or yellow color and green, yellow color and green, round and wrinkled, yellow and green. This or the color of the seed and the shape of the seed both are independent and they are independently assorted, and then they come together. So this rule, the product rule, can be applied because it is independently assorted or independent events. Both are the independent events. That is the great discovery of the Mendel. Both are the independent events. As a result, you got the 1 upon 16. And this 1 upon 16 is the product of the two monohybrid probability, two monohybrid individual probability. 1 upon 4 is the monohybrid probability, 1 upon 4 is another monohybrid probability. And when this product is taken, you will get 1 upon 16. That is correct in the case of the dihybrid cross. And this homozygous, both the characters of homozygous, both the gene homozygous, you will get only 1 upon 16. And this rule can be applied to find out other phenotypes in the dihybrid ratio. This type of questions are always asking for the NEET examination. For example, see here, very carefully see here, what is the next point? So in the this cross, one of the phenotype we will get, that is a round and yellow. So what is the probability of the round yellow in the F2 generation? The round may be represented capital R and a dash. The dash may be small r or it may be capital R. So we leave the and capital Y and a dash. Capital Y dash means it may be small y or it may be capital Y. So this possibility, this combination producing the plant round seeded and a yellow seeded. So what is the probability of that? We have already taken here the dominant probability is 3 upon 4. So this also dominant. So 3 upon 4 into 3 upon 4, that is equal to 9 upon 16. So in the cross, the round and the yellow phenotype, round and yellow phenotype is 9 upon 16. And take another one, that is the round and green. Round may be R dash, it may be small, and green is a small y. So the probability here 3 upon 4 into 1 upon 4. So what is here? 3 upon 16. So this will come 3 upon 16. This question is always asking for the NEET examination. And another possibility is that yellow colored wrinkled, yellow maybe dash. So yellow colored wrinkled means smaller r. So what is the probability? 3 upon 4 into 1 upon 4. That is again 3 upon 16. Okay. Then another possibility is that wrinkled yellow, wrinkled green. Wrinkled green means smaller, small y. The possibility is this is the 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4. This is not 1 upon 2. 1 upon 4, and this again 1 upon 4 because individual we take individual 1 upon 4. So 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 4, that is equal to 1 upon 16. 1 upon 16. So these are the independent events. Supposing that the hypothesis that the round and the color and the shape of the seed, they are independently assorted, they are independent events. As a result, we can apply the rule of the multiplication, product rule. Then you will get this combination, and the same Punnett square we can use for find out the entire result by the applying the summation rule of the addition. See the rule of the addition, 9 upon 16, 3 upon 16. So the ratio is coming 9:3:. The ratio is 9:3:1. It is clear here, 9:3:3:1. So we can apply the rule of the multiplication or the product rule in this dihybrid cross, and the rule of addition we can apply in the monohybrid cross. It is not a compulsory that I can apply both both the monohybrid and dihybrid cross, and this can be extended to the trihybrid cross, tetrahybrid cross, whatever may be. So this part is very important. This NEET examination, many times this question asked, what is the probability of the round yellow, round green, round yellow, and yellow wrinkled, and green and wrinkled. What is the probability of that? Just without wasting time to count each and every square, we can find out the probability very easily by applying this rule. So that is the probability rule can help us to predict the monohybrid and dihybrid cross. Thank you very much for listening this lecture.